everyone, and welcome back to the Adventures in Collecting YouTube channel, where we take a closer look at the toys we talk about on the show. And today we are diving back into the world of Jazwares Legendary Series Fortnite figures with their new Brawlers subdivision subline of the Legendary Series with Kit. So this is the third figure in their Brawler series, their second cat-themed one, and this one comes again in the larger Legendary Series box, so a little bit bigger than what we're used to seeing for the Legendary Series, packed with tons of accessories. And something that is unique to the Legendary Series Brawlers line is the weapons actually have play features. So we have a plunger gun with a firing plunger, and we have a sawed-off, what do they call it here? It says it on the back, yeah, double barrel sawed-off shotgun, and you can see the barrel actually moves, and the grappling gun actually fires. So we have a little Kit here, and the other thing that's neat about this too is it transforms, so we're gonna play with that once we get this open. But otherwise, you know, just a bigger version of the box we're used to seeing. So let's head on into the light box, and let's dive into Fortnite Jazwares Legendary Kit.
This little stowaway is Kit. Oh, they grow up so fast.
Alright folks, and here we have Kit out of the box, and oh boy, this is a weird figure. Let me start off by saying simply this is one of the strangest articulated figures I think I have, period. And that is simply because of the design of the actual figure, which we will get into. Before we get into the figure itself, let's take a quick look at the accessories. So first here we have the sawed-off double barrel shotgun, which has some really great portholes in the front there. It has some really great detail sculpted into it, and then of course, it being part of the Brawler series, it does have an articulated barrel there. You know, works nicely. It's got a nice stiff articulation, so it does stay both in the up and down position. Really nice resistance there. You know, it's not going to wobble and fall apart on you. The other weapon accessory that you get the plunger gun. Really nice clear plastic, so that way you can see the mechanism there inside. You have a little string attached to keep your plunger from going too far. And then you do have an actual trigger, so as you can see, it releases the spring there, and you do get a nice little shot out of it. And I always love, I'm going to be quiet when I fire it, I always love the sound of, like, toy springs. Ready? It's really subtle, but love it. Yeah, so you do have that as well, and then of course, you do have the harvesting tools. In this case, you have two rotary saws with handles. They are matching, you know, they have some kind of paw features on them, you know, there that you can see, but really nicely tooled, really nicely colored. You know, they kind of carry on what you're about to see, you know, with kind of the rust colored and metal colored details. So on to Kit itself here. So Kit is actually 3 pieces, this figure here. So you do have Kit himself, so we'll start with him. Little chibi version of Meowscles there. He does have articulated arms. You know, so this is a little tiny cat. We have no other articulation note. Oh, I lied, actually. It was stuck there. We do have a little bit of head articulation, so you know, he can turn his head back and forth. And you know, he does stand on his own. So you know, you put his paws down, and you know, you have a little kitten there. And then of course he does peg with the 2 peg holes. He does peg right onto the seat there. So we're just gonna stick him right back on, and he leans nicely on the handrails that he has. So onto the actual body itself here. When I say that this is a weird figure, it's because of how it articulates. I'm going to show you. So his arms, you want to be able to rotate them up, right? But they actually don't. So they have a piece of rotation here which swings them in and out. And the only motion up you're going to get is that way, and then you have to articulate at the bicep. So you can get quite a bit of movement. It's just not the way that you would normally think. What's really cool is you can actually see here that they have some screws exposed, but it really works for this character, and you get a ton of articulation out of that double jointed elbow. I mean, like, we're talking about way past 90 degrees, and it actually goes in both directions. And because this is, mechanical, that kind of movement I think is actually really nice. And like I said, you do get that bicep swivel, you do get a wrist swivel, and then of course you do get the typical Fortnite Legendary Series opening closing hand, however you may feel about that. You do get a rotation here at the waist, and you'll see there's actually a fun little hidden thing in there. All throughout, the paint and detail on this is fantastic. I love the muted tones, the little paw print, all of the different rust-colored paint apps and metal paint apps, and the changing of textures and paints is great. Moving down to the hips, we do get quite a substantial kick in both directions there, so really great movement from the hips. You don't get so much as a swing out, like you kind of have to cheat it, so he's not really doing karate kicks. You do get a thigh swivel, you get a single jointed knee here, but then I'm gonna go out and say you get a calf joint. Again, it's strange. He's a weird, pots and pans robot type of guy. So, you do get some weird articulation there, and then of course you do get you get a calf swivel, you get a ankle rocker and pivot, and then you do get your typical toe articulation as well. He does have a pretty nice center of balance to him here. Stands really easily. Oh. You do get a nice center of balance with him here. He stands pretty easily. You just got to find the right kind of spot. He is a little top heavy because of his the giant wheel and bit there, but as you can see, he does stand. It's not terribly difficult to get him into a pose. The kind of hidden special secret thing about this figure though is his transformation. So all you have to do is disconnect the wheel bit here, and I mean, if you wanted to stop there, you absolutely could, and he will balance because there's a little flat part there on the bottom of the wheel. He will balance just fine like that. Or what you can actually do is on the back of the seat here, there is a peg. So what you're going to do is you're going to peg, you're going to move his legs up, and then you're going to plug this bit into here, like so. And then these just kind of fold over. At least that's how it is in the game as well. He goes mobile like this, kind of just gives him some extra guard. And then the little kit himself just fits right back onto his little peg holes here, and he holds on. And as you can see, he's kind of got like a Mad Max Thunderdome sort of situation going on. He's got extra exhaust back there. You can see the little license plate. Yeah, this is a fun little transformation. Again, like a nice little touch from the game. So cool on the Jazwares team for doing that. So let's put him back in his main mode, and let's see how he looks with some other figures from the Jazwares Legendary Series line. All right, so here he is holding his harvesting tools, and here he is next to Agent Peely, everyone's favorite debonair banana. Everyone's favorite debonair banana. And then here he is next to the Swole Cat himself, his let's say his big brother. His big brother here, Meowscles, one of my favorite figures of the year so far. Looks great next to him. You can see that the height, he's a little bit taller than Meowscles, who's a pretty big character, but he's significantly taller than one of the regular Jazwares Fortnite Legendary Series figures in Peely. yeah, I mean, this is just such a dynamic line. You know, we've seen kind of a glimpse into the future of 6-inch Fortnite figures with the Victory Royale series that's coming from Hasbro. We have no official word as of the recording of this video whether or not Jazwares is going to be continuing their production of 6-inch scale Fortnite figures, but here's hoping that they do, because they still are producing a great product here. These are awesome figures. They are super fun at that $20 to $25 price point. You really can't beat it. Tons of features, great colors, great paint apps, great articulation. You know, they are super fun. So let's flip the camera around and let's wrap this up. And there you have it, guys. There is Kit in all of his very adorable, weird glory. As you can see, folks, this is a weird one. This is this is definitely up there. Might be the strangest action figure I own. It's definitely the one with the weirdest articulation. But yeah, I mean, it is very Fortnite. It is very accurate. I can feel the presence of Mike DeCamp as I play with this figure. So you know, this is a winner. He is currently listed on Amazon as of the recording of this video, so we'll include a link to him in the description below. Or, like I mentioned, you can find him in Target. He's hitting Targets now. This is June of 2021. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there, so that way you don't miss videos like this where we take a deeper dive into the toys that we love. While you're down there, hit that notification bell so that way you get notifications when we post new videos. While you're subscribing to things, make sure you follow us here at AIC_podcast on Instagram and Twitter, where we're constantly posting toy news, toy photography, all the other fun things that are happening in the toy world. And then, of course, the podcast. So we're live every Monday with a new episode, whether it's a short, brief episode with a recap of the recent toy news or a long-form interview. We always have something new every Monday for you on the Adventures in Collecting podcast feed. You can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can hit the link in the description below, which will take you to our website, and you will find links to all of the things that I just mentioned. Make sure you stay tuned after the transition here for some additional pictures of Kit, and as always, until next time.